Welcome to Motul, Dakar 2023. First round of the World Championship Rally Raid Series in Saudi Arabia. Competitors from 64 countries have flown in from all over the world to compete. 453 vehicles are entered. Of the 453 competitors, 150 are on motorcycles. Roughly 1/3 motorcycles. The rest are combined of 5 different classes. Yeehaw! Welcome to Dakar! It's a little dangerous. Hell yeah! Here they come, guys. The rally cars are on fire. Look at that. Later today in the bivouac, we'll get to interview all the riders and racers. There's 73 cars competing in the rally, 93 side-by-sides, roughly 150 motorcycles and ATVs, and there's 56 trucks. Now these trucks are actually two categories. They have race trucks, which are prototype vehicles that are high horsepower. They just look like a Iveco or a production truck, but they're specialized factory racers. And then they have the race team trucks that are actually part of the race team. So you'll see trucks racing, cars racing, motorcycles, ATVs, side-by-sides, and they have a class called the Classics, which I think you're really gonna get a kick out of because it's vintage cars and motorcycles. So stay tuned, it's gonna be an awesome rally. Guys, you do not wanna be in the way of this dude when he comes ripping by. Guys are flying. This event is sponsored by Motul, and they sponsor at least three people in all 5 classes. So we're gonna get to meet all the sponsored riders and racers. Look at this dude. Oh yeah. Woohoo! Yeah! Hell yeah! They have a class that Motul sponsors entirely called the Originals. And what it is, they're true privateers. They have no chase truck. And the rules for the Originals, you'll meet those guys later. There's 5 of them from America. They're trying to become the first Americans to win the rally in the Originals class. So far, no Americans have ever won the Originals by Motul. They want to be the first. Here comes the place. The thing about the Originals class is there is Dakar! Woo! Dakar! They have no support in the Originals class. Now this rally, this is an extreme endurance rally. They're going 5,250 miles from sea to shining sea here in Saudi Arabia. One day is an average of 400 miles. The rally is 15 days and it's 5,250 miles. And in the original class, you only get 2 sets of tires. So imagine trying to drive 5,250 miles through rock-strewn, boulder-strewn, hazardous, treacherous terrain in the desert with 1 set of extra tires. And if it breaks, you get a flat, you got to fix them yourself. There's no mechanical support. You got to do everything yourself. The only supplies they get are from Motul. Motul brings their tires, brings all their liquids. We're gonna, later on today, we're gonna be in the bivouac. What is a bivouac, you might say? I was reading the information about the trip, and I asked Chrissy, what's a bivouac? She goes, I don't know. I asked Junior. He said, I don't know. So I looked it up online. Basically, it's like if you're from the United States watching this, it's like the pits in an AMA Supercross or motocross where once the race starts, no one's allowed in there. So it's only race competitors or people from the press will be in the pits. The medical crew will be there. But check out this terrain, man. This is the desert. Picture driving 400 miles a day for 15 days. Earlier today, I met the leader of the motorcycle class, and he said his hands were all just like raw blisters, and you could see the blood coming through his gloves from days of hanging onto the bars and going through the rough terrain. Now, in some of these classes, there's more than one competitor. So there's actually 820 competitors in 453 vehicles. In the big trucks, there's a mechanic, a navigator, and a driver. In the cars, there is a driver and a navigator. Of course, on the motorcycles, there's only one, but there's roughly a third of the competitors are on motorcycles, 143. 27 of them are the originals. There's 93 side-by-sides here, 93, in 73 cars. Many of those factory cars from Porsche, Audi, and others. 56 trucks, 453 entrants. We're gonna get to meet them all tonight at the bivouac. Today of a marathon section of this 15-day rally. You might ask, what is a marathon section? The marathon section is for 2 days. The playing field is leveled. Nobody gets any mechanical support. All the factory teams with the big rigs and the multiple suspension mechanics and the engine mechanics and the guys that handle cleaning all the gear and everything, nothing. They don't even get an extra set. They don't even get their goggles cleaned. They got to do everything themselves for 2 whole days in the marathon section. And it kind of levels the playing field because the privateers, the originals that are out here by themselves, they're doing it on their own. And for 2 days, everybody's an amateur and nobody has any support. And if there's any problems with your bike, you got to fix it yourself. They're between the competitors during the marathon stage. Sometimes if there's a lot of cooperation in this rally. Been watching a lot of videos of it in the past years. And as an example, in a section earlier this week, there were 2 side-by-sides that were stuck in a raging river. Raging river in the middle of the desert. Yeah, it happens when they get rain here. They get flash floods, and there was a flash flood and a Can-Am side-by-side. 2 of them got stuck in a river. And when I say a river, it was like waves of water coming by all the way up to the guy's neck, and the gal that was with him, his co-pilot. The water was up to their neck, and it looked to me like they were going to drown, like it was going to flip over and they're going to drown. And the Iveco trucks, the guys that were winning the truck race, turned around, came and hooked up and winched them out, and they were running 1 and 2, first and second place in the race, and they took them out. And that's the kind of camaraderie amongst the competitors that you'll see in a rally like Dakar. Because, well, really, it's a life or death situation, you know. In that case, I'm not exaggerating. It clearly was a life and death situation. They were close to drowning. Of the 453 vehicles entered in the Dakar rally this year, 52 of the competitors are women, and has been a woman competitor who actually won the rally in 2001. So of these hundreds of competitors that are here, they're actually hailing from 68 different nations. 68, it's truly a world rally. And guys, this is round 1 of the FIM World Championship Rally Series. There's 5 rounds on 4 different continents, so stay tuned. There'll be lots of more action. To give you an idea of the scope of this rally, just one section, 1 day of the rally, actually a couple days, goes through the Lost Quarter. Well, what is the Lost Quarter? Or otherwise known as the Empty Quarter? Well, it's 620 miles long, 310 miles wide, 250,000 square miles of sand dunes. It's massive. It's one of the largest sand dunes in the entire world. And it is home of the largest oil fields in the world. That's where all the money comes from, or a lot of the money from Dubai and Abu Dhabi and all these rich countries over here. That looks like the first support truck I've seen come through right there. They've got supplies and tires and mechanics and everything the riders need. They probably go through a lot of goggles and gloves and tires. There's not much to eat out here in the desert. You've got arachnids, spiders, scorpions, and rodents. So it's a rough life out here. But there's a lot of oil, and it brought a lot of wealth to the region, to the Middle East. Here we are in Saudi Arabia, 2023 Dakar. Later, we'll meet the competitors from the Dakar Classic, which is the 20-year-old or older motorcycles and cars, which will be really cool, seeing some vintage vehicles kicking butt here. And it's more than just going fast in this event, because it really is an endurance or a survival event, because really any top pro can make a bike go fast, but you got to have the mental capacity left over to navigate, because there's no track, there's no road. You're going across a desert largely with GPS and your route sheet. So you got to be able to navigate and make decisions quickly that are literally life and death. Watching some of the videos of these guys flying over the sand dunes, not knowing what's on the downside. Some of them, the cars cartwheeling on the downsides, and the guys getting injured and bikes getting destroyed. It's dangerous. So you got to be able to navigate, and you got to be able to survive. It's very much an endurance rally. To quote the founder of the Dakar Rally, "It is a challenge for those who go and a dream for those who stay behind." So, if you're dreaming of coming here, put it on your bucket list. If you're one of our fellow Americans watching this from home in the USA, maybe put it on your bucket list and try to get into the rally as a American original racer. Get your bike and come on out here. You can buy one right from us at our Gas dealership. Buy a Gas 450. KTM also has a rally bike. They made 72 factory special edition rally bikes, all set up for this type of work. So they even have production versions of these rally bikes, or you can build one yourself. It's not that hard. They're based off of production 450s. This dude's moving. We might want to get ready to jump. Hell yeah! Woo! Red Bull! Red Bull! Red Bull! Get ready to run, boys. It's a head-on. Woo! Toyota! Yeehaw! It's Gazoo Racing! That's Gazoo Racing, man. Now, with 10% of the competitors, roughly 10% being women now, I guess we got to tip our hat to Judah Kleinschmidt. She was a pioneer in women rally racing, was the first woman ever to win a section of the race, and then she came back in 2001 and outright won the rally, became the world champion, won the Dakar rally. Judah Kleinschmidt, check her out. She's a true legend of Dakar. That's one of the Motul Aramco sponsored trucks or cars. There are many legends of Dakar that carved their name in the history books through years of battling for championships here. And no story of Dakar is complete without talking about Peter Hansel has carved his name in a legend of rally racing. He started racing motorcycles over 30 years ago. And over the last 30 years, he's won 14 rounds. He's batting about 500. He won 7 overalls in the motorcycle category and 8 in the cars. Peter Hansel, a name that will forever be carved into the Dakar history books. And he's still here today. I think he's in his 60s. He's been racing here for over 30 years. It's an addiction, I've heard some of the competitors say. The adrenaline rush, they get beat up. They put their blood, sweat, and tears. 2 straight weeks of racing to start off the year, and then 5 rounds. Basically, they dedicate they live, sleep, eat, breathe, and dream Dakar for the year. There's a lot of work, not only on themselves physically and mentally preparing for this rally, but a lot of work on the vehicles, a lot of work preparing, getting their visas and everything in line and getting their team over here. It's a ridiculous amount of work. Motul is the primary sponsor of this event. Like I said earlier, they sponsor at least 3 competitors in all 5 of the classes, and they've got a major investment in bringing their staff over here for this event and supplying everything that's needed, that the competitors need. And they actually started the Originals by Motul and are sponsoring 27 guys in that class alone. So hats off to Motul. By the way, they called me up and said, would you like to go to Dakar? I was like, hell yes. Since I was a little kid, I've been reading about this rally in the magazines, reading the dirt bike magazines and motocross action, and dreaming of someday coming here. And dreams do come true in America. That's for sure. Dakar, Saudi Arabia. It's appropriate time for the Joan Baez quote, "You don't get to choose how you're going to die or when, but you can decide how you're going to live now." And every one of these competitors has made a choice to throw caution to the wind and race 5,200 miles across treacherous terrain. And hats off to every one of them. They all have my respect, that's for sure. I know how hard it is, even doing a 2-hour enduro, let alone a 15-day enduro. Got a flat tire. Pretty wide in the corner here. .450 class. So Motul really rolled out the red carpet for the Dakar rally here. They've fully catered for all of their guests. Seating, nice fireplace. Because it gets cold here at night. Make no mistake, it might be warm in the day, but it gets really cold at night, that's for sure. They don't get any ice or snow here, but they will get frost once or twice a year. That's happened. Barbecued shrimp and lobster earlier, and roast beast. All kinds of yummy food and drinks and snacks and everything else. And the roast beast. There's the beast head. All courtesy of Motul, rolling out the red carpet, literally. Thought I was kidding when I said they rolled out the red carpet. They have some special coffee. Is that special coffee? What kind of coffee is that?
Coffee Arabic, Maitre, Nana, Gingerbread. No speaking Arabic.
Which one keeps you from falling asleep? Which one keeps you awake?
Speak Arabic, no speak English.
Oh, okay. Which is your favorite? Which one?
Arabic, red meat.
Which one do you like? Which one do you drink?
Drink?
Which one do you like?
Chinese.
Okay, let me try that.
Okay.
When in Rome, do as the Romans.
Okay.
Thank you for all the good food. Everything was so good. I really appreciate the hospitality here.
Welcome.
We're from the United States.
Welcome to Riyadh.
Thank you.
Hello.
You guys really rolled out the red carpet here. So what do you think of the race so far? Oh, that's very good. This is very good coffee.
Good.
Very good. Thank you so much. It's just been an unbelievable experience. I told Darwin that after going to Dubai and seeing the world's largest, tallest building and going to the Harley shop and all the supercars and all the cool stuff we said, this is just like, we had such an incredible journey of a lifetime here. It's been awesome. And it's the next 2 days, we're gonna see tons of awesome racing. Quads, motorcycles, cars, trucks, side-by-sides, vintage. And we're gonna get to meet all the competitors tonight and interview some of them. Check out this Audi. This guy's, hell yeah. Ha-ha. Woo, gonna get roosted. So like I said, it's been a trip of a lifetime. It's just been absolutely incredible. And I hope to come back to Dakar. It's really quite an experience. I don't think you can take the whole thing in the short time we're going to be here. It's really a 2-week rally, and we're here for 2 days of it. So we'll try to bring as much of that with this cool footage home for you guys. Aaron, what do you think of the event so far?
I'm speechless, honestly. This is incredible.
Isn't it awesome?
Thousands of motorsports events, and nothing compares to this right now.
I think it's the kind of event that you really have to see it and experience it to appreciate it.
Oh, yeah.
The grandiosity is off the hook.
Yeah, you have to come here and experience this yourself because it's hard to even put it into words.
So guys, we're going to close this video out here on this Toyota 4Runner, about to go rip it through the dunes. So Stay tuned for more cool footage from Dakar 2023. Bless America and all 64 countries that are competing in this year's rally.